that you've left on your bookshelf? We packed up stuff, but I left that one little glass bottle and my one little, like, I don't know what that's called, like a candle holder. Like, let me pack up everything, but leave Tim Gunn and the glass bottle.
Oh my gosh. Welcome back to Talkin' Texas Forever, a Friday Night Lights podcast. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Les.
And this episode, we're discussing Season 1, Episode 14, Upping the Ante. Original air date, January 31st, 2007. Written by David Hudgens, directed by Allison Liddy Brown.
Oh, Allison Liddy Brown.
She's back.
She's back. She's also worked on Gossip Girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. When I wrote that, I was like, she's
name is familiar.
Back. Yeah. In this episode, Coach Taylor struggles between preparing for the game and dealing with the situation with Smash as the town of Dillon piles on the pressure. This is like every
summary. That was it?
No, it continues. I was just like, of course, on the pressure.
Yeah.
Relationships also begin to form as Tyra and Julie start an unlikely friendship and Riggins reconnects with his estranged father.
This was my favorite episode so far.
It was so good.
Was so good. So much friendship. So many funny parts. And like, yeah, hello character development. Like, yes.
Yes, I know. I was really excited for this because in episode 1 of this podcast, you were like, I predict Tyra and Julie are going to become friends. And I was like, oh my God, it's happening this episode.
Yeah.
It's the start of a
because they're both the outsiders, sort of. Like, they don't care about football. So let's bond over not giving a shit about football.
Right. The 4 words for this episode: hobby, ambush, meeting, and steal.
They're great words. I didn't do well, but they're great words.
Thank you so much. So let's start with hobby. Jason is having dinner with the Garrity's and he's trying to explain quad rugby. This gets heated fast because Buddy questions the fact that this is actually a hobby, son. You can't make money from this. And obviously Jason views this differently. And he ends up getting even more upset because Buddy throws in the fact that he's suing his coach.
Yeah, he gets heated.
Yeah. And then to just top it all off, he mentions, oh, by the way, me and Lila are getting married.
We're engaged. And Lila's like, shit.
I know. And he's like, we picked out a ring today.
Yeah, he was just, as I said, he was heated.
Right.
And he was like, let me prove that you're wrong, buddy.
Yeah.
You know what? We're getting married. I don't give a shit what you say. I'm going to take your daughter with me.
Right. When I start touring the world.
Yeah. I'm going to be a big star. And like, I wholeheartedly believe that he will be in whatever he does because that's the type of person he is. And Buddy should know that. But also, he's still getting used to the fact that he's paralyzed.
Yeah.
So he's just like, you know what, buddy? I'm going to one-up you and tell you that actually we're engaged.
Well, Jason and Lila, they have a conversation about this, and she's upset because, 1, she didn't want it to come out like that, and 2, you're not really considering my feelings. She had this whole plan, which don't we all have plans when we're younger? I thought I was going to be 25, and there'd be a whole room watching us, and lots of toasts and dancing, and of course Jason gets defensive of, oh, you don't see us doing that. And she's like, it's not about that, but like, what about college? What about school? And he said, oh, that doesn't matter.
Right. Well, he says, I still want that.
I want
smart.
that. But also, I have other plans for us as well. And she's like, well, what about me?
Right.
What about my feelings? You don't take that into consideration.
Right. And I wonder if that was a pattern in their relationship to begin with, that obviously we knew Jason was the QB and wherever he was going, she was going. And
yeah.
I think he didn't purposely do it, but he probably was like, yeah, we're on the ride together, right? And she was like, whatever you want, and never thinks about what she wants.
Vic wants to know, do you think she really wants to marry him or she just got swept up in the moment?
Ooh, I think she got swept up in the moment, but I also think deep down, if she was 25, maybe she would still feel like, okay, yeah, this is actually my person. I'm ready to do this. But she's so young.
Yeah.
Like, she says, I need to sort it out. I need to figure some things out. I just want to know myself before I get married. And I think that's great advice. I mean, obviously me coming in, having more of a worldly view on someone who's 16 or playing 16, like, that's great advice to give yourself. I need to find it myself. I don't know if I should get married yet. I love you, but it doesn't take anything away from us. It's just I'm not ready. And I respect that, but also I'm an adult, so it's hard for me to put myself in Lila's shoes, being like, oh yeah, let's just get married.
Well, yeah, we've always had the same feelings about teen marriage. So,
oh yeah.
Well, Buddy's so upset by this, so he asks Coach to talk to Jason about this. And Coach says, well, don't add pressure to them. They're smart kids. They'll figure it out. If you add pressure, they're going to end up doing the exact opposite.
Right, they're going to rebel.
Right. So Coach ends up talking to Jason at the hearing, which also happens to be the day of the playoffs. So not great timing, but it's really sweet. And he tells him, listen, no one's telling you not to get married. It's just a huge commitment. Just make sure this is what you want. Right. And Jason says, I know what I want. I'm not sure Lila knows.
Yeah, and he was like harping on, oh, she said it was a mistake. I don't want to make a mistake. Yeah. And so Jason's like, oh, so you think that I would be a mistake down the line? Who knows how many months or days or years or whatever, but he like kept on to that.
He harped
it on it, and you know, he's like, I was ready, but I don't know if Lila is.
Yeah.
He can't be mad at that. No. I know he is. Not mad, but just like disappointed.
Right.
But she's so young.
Yeah.
She doesn't know. She just doesn't know.
I mean, I'm happy that this question is finally at the surface, because a couple episodes ago when she was talking to Tammy and she's like, I don't know what I want for myself. I'm not thinking about college. I've always been thinking about Jason and where he's going to go.
Right.
And we're going to get married and I'm there for him. And now she's like, wait, I do matter. I do have a voice. I can figure out what I want too.
Right. And she says, I do want to go to college. I do want to do some things before I get married.
Yeah. But this Coach scene with Jason was really sweet because it does show they can still have a relationship. They joke about how red Buddy's face got when they told about the engagement, and they laughed about that.
Yeah, I thought it was so sweet. He's like, I'm still your coach. I still love you. Yeah. Like, this is a shitty situation.
Right. And Jason says, I just want you to know I didn't choose to do this today. I know it's game day. And Coach knows.
Yeah, I love them.
I chose Ambush for Matt.
Yes.
Julie,
okay. Yes.
Smash. Julie and Matt and the whole town of Dillon are all at Applebee's for Talkin' Panther football.
Talkin' Panther football.
They're recording live there. And Julie's really excited because she's talking about her opportunity that she's going to get to work on the newspaper. She wants the Julie Taylor's column on Life.
Oh.
So she can report on music and shows and movies. And as she's sharing this, the DJ says, our QB, Matt Saracen's in the house. Come on up. And Matt is looking around like, what? Me? And they're all like, Saracen.
What do I do?
And Julie's like, go, go, go. It's fine. It's fine. Well, it takes longer than expected. So she's waiting outside for him. And he's apologizing. I'm sorry. And then the whole team pulls up, including Riggins, and throws Matt in the backseat because it's football things.
It's a football thing. And Julie's like, how am I going to get home? I'm like, fucking wrong.
And leaves
you
Julie.
Children.
Yeah.
Don't leave a girl out in the cold in front of Applebee's. It's dangerous.
So the next day, Julie and Matt, they're going to go to a concert, but she has to convince Tammy to let her go because
it's a weeknight.
It's a weeknight, yeah. But this would be really good for her column, right? So she finally convinces Tammy, and Matt's like, oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I have to cancel this because your dad asked me to appear on television. And I really want to, not that I really want to do this, but it's Coach.
Right. I can't say no to him. And also, I'm a little excited.
I mean, how cute of that for even Julie to be like, okay, if it wasn't your girl and this wasn't for my dad, like, how excited would you be?
Right.
And he's like, yeah, I'm excited. I've never been on TV before.
They seem to have a pretty good open communication.
They do.
Until, obviously, the end, which we'll get to. But
Yes. But she's upset, but she's the most understanding girlfriend. So here we are. Boyfriend, girlfriend.
She says girl, and he said girlfriend. And then she's like, wait, girlfriend? He's like, haha, girl. So is it girlfriend?
I think it's girlfriend.
Which is cute.
It's really, really cute.
It's so high school. It was very like reminiscent and real of like watching a high school pairing like next to me in high school. Like just be like, are you my girlfriend? Are you my boyfriend? I don't know. Like it's cute.
I feel, I mean, besides what Matt's handling at home, their dynamic is very true to high school relationship.
It's very relatable.
Innocent, and what they go through. Later on, we'll talk about the lying.
Yeah.
And also just being caught up in your own head and not knowing how to handle things.
Yeah.
But because Matt's going to appear on television with Coach, he needs Julie to watch his grandma.
Oh my God, I love this so much.
We'll get there. So Coach and Matt, they get to the set. and it's called the Eric Taylor Show, which he's going to get a pretty good fee for this, like a payout, which Buddy mentions to him. This is how Buddy got him to do this.
Okay. I was like, wait, where is this show? What is happening? You see on the, it says in big letters, like,
the Eric Taylor Show.
I'm like, what the hell is this?
And it's so tense from the beginning because clearly Coach doesn't want to be there. He can't work the clicker.
No, the clicker doesn't work.
The clicker doesn't work. He can't get the plays. And like Matt, I felt for him because Matt's like, no, you just have to press this button. Like, you've ever tried to work with someone who doesn't understand technology and you're trying to show them and they just get frustrated and yell at you?
It's like, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
But no.
So Coach snaps at him. The producer, director comes over and is like, listen, just let Matt ask the questions.
First mistake.
And so Matt asks what everybody's wondering, is Smash going to start?
And they're laughing at him.
Going to play.
Like, oh my
gonna
God.
Play. Is Smash going to play?
Saracen kid's a smart ass.
And Coach is like, what kind of hell of a question is that? It's really funny.
I love that.
Yeah. Smash is doing his best. He's trying to work off his debts, so to speak. He's in the field house really early, folding the towels, which Coach is just like riding him hard. Like, doesn't even like the way he's folding the towels.
Yeah, he's just really just hurt by him.
Yeah, and he's also struggling on the field and off with working out because he's off the steroids now. And so
his body is kind of having to deal with the aftermath of not having it.
Right.
Like it's like, you know, your withdrawal symptoms. So your body is just rejecting.
I can only imagine like flying, right? Like you can lift and you can run and you have all this power and speed and then
all of a sudden just not.
You don't.
Then you don't have it. And while he naturally does have it.
Yes.
Anyone's body after taking steroids, I'm sure it takes a long time for it to kind of regulate itself again. So,
and the only ones who know is Coach, Corinna, and Smash. So I'm sure the team and McGill, they keep commenting, and Buddy, like,
what's wrong with this kid?
Where's his speed go? Yeah. Like, what's going on?
They're going to put 2 and 2 together, well, I'm sure.
Time will tell. So Tammy has a chat with Eric about how his style filters down and he's wound up tight.
It's like, what the hell does that mean?
And pretty much like, you know, listen, we're upset about Smash, but he made a mistake. He's a boy.
And he's paid some dues.
Yeah.
He'll keep learning. He's learned a lesson, we hope.
Yeah. And you're just being really hard on him. And it's not going to help on game day because he's losing his confidence.
Right.
So Coach goes to visit Smash at his house, which we love this
scene. The scene was also great.
He's outside, he's reading, and the neighborhood kids in the foreground are playing football. So Coach explains to him that, I'm sorry I'm putting all this pressure on you. And Smash stops and says, listen, I know you don't like me. And that's fine.
I'm okay with it.
And Coach says, that's not the point. That's not the point. We take things too seriously, especially this game, because we love it so much.
Yeah.
We lose sight of it. And then this little boy named Miles Shepard comes up. He's like, are you really Coach Eric Taylor?
I love this. It was so cute. He's like a little Smash. He's like, yeah, that was me.
And he says, you better remember my name in 2014. I will be there trying out. And Coach is like, you call me when you get out of Pee Wee. It's just so cute. And then they all play football together.
I adored every minute of this. It was fun to see Smash and Coach laughing and playing and just acting like football was fun for them again.
Right.
And not so serious.
And that is the whole point of the game.
Yeah. And Tammy even says this. She's like, you don't want this kid to lose passion for something he loves.
Right. So Coach ends up, I guess, I don't want to say Paige, but maybe over the loudspeaker, calls Smash into the office.
Yeah. This scene was also, this had so many comedic moments in this episode.
Well, I don't think this was meant to be.
No, but it was funny because he's so out of breath and he's like, you got it, all right? You want a hug?
So Smash comes running into Coach's office. Coach is having a meeting with all of the assistant coaches.
And he slams open the door. He's like,
yeah. And he's panting and he's like, I'm so sorry. I was across campus. And all he says is, you're starting his tail back. That's it. Get out.
Get out. What do you want me to give you a hug? All right, get out. And Smash is so happy.
Yeah. Leading up to the game, the Rally Girls, they kidnap all the football players for a party and for their charity calendar.
What is this charity? What charity?
It's for charity. So pretty much they're having all of the football players take their shirts off and pose. We have Mr. October. Mr. November is Matt Saracen.
Right. I get the concept.
I guess the other girls in the school are buying this, and then the money goes towards maybe the football league. I don't know
What the hell?
what charity this is. Like, I wouldn't buy it.
Well, hell no.
Would I buy it? I'm trying to think in high school.
I mean, I would buy
No.
it now because it would be like our Friday Night Lights guy. That'd be funny if they actually made it, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't have bought it in high school.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if the football team in our high school did this,
Ew. I would be like, ew.
right?
No, I don't care about seeing these guys shirtless. They're
mean-
not buff like these kids, first
they
of all.
weren't.
These are actors that are in their 20s and 30s.
Correct. Yes. Pushing
You know?
30. Matt feels uncomfortable, but ultimately he gets into it.
He gets pretty comfortable pretty quickly.
Yeah. So the next day, Julie questions Matt, "What were you doing last night?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing. It was just working." She's like, "I saw the calendar."
Right? Like, you should have known when she said, "What did you do last night?" You know your girlfriend, right? You should have known. Oh, shit, she knows.
He does not know. This is a
Yeah,
total...
I know. They're like so new, right?
I
Like
also-
and having a relationship.
Besides that, like, Matt cannot adjust to being in the limelight.
No. And he also has, as we always say, so much on his plate that he
does.
it's like a broken record, but he has so much on his plate. It's like, what does he
Yeah.
concentrate on at what time? So, you know, he's like, it's probably just easier if I lie about it now so I don't really have to get in trouble. And then ultimately he really hurt her.
Yeah. She walks
Poor
away crying.
little, oh, what a sweet angel. That was big bulging tears.
I know. I felt for her.
Yeah.
Timmy
Timmy.
has a speeding ticket and he needs to get it signed by a legal guardian or he's going to lose his license.
Yikes.
Billy's not his legal guardian.
No, but he should be.
Yeah. So, right. So Tim tells the judge, "I'm just going to get my dad to sign it." And Billy is really concerned about this. He's like, "Why don't you just let me sign it? This isn't a good idea." But ultimately, Tim grabs the postcard from the fridge. He hasn't seen him in 2
He
years.
doesn't even know if that's where he's living.
Right.
Billy's like, you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah. So he stops at this woman's house. That's the address. Lydia, who's just upset. She needs her CD back. And she doesn't know where he is. But she says, try the golf course because he likes to go there and hustle.
And he was doing that.
Yeah. So he finds him hustling and his dad signs the form. They catch up and turns out he's been sober for 6 weeks. So that's something.
That's something.
And his dad asks him to hang out and they go bowling.
This is cute.
It is cute. But also, watching this episode now for the third time, Walt, that's his dad's name.
Yes.
Just seems to have to win
Yes.
at all of the sports
It's
and
exhausting.
activities.
Against your kid.
Like,
He's a kid.
Right, like hustling on the golf course. Then they go to play, they go to the bowling alley, and he's super excited for his new ball. And it seems sweet, and I think he means well because the bowling alley knows who Tim is, know he's been in the playoffs.
Which is surprising since he's not around.
But he's keeping
But
up.
he's keeping up with his very, what's the word I'm looking for? He's just his popular kid
Right.
that's on the football team. The
Right.
biggest football team in high school in Texas, I
Right.
guess.
So they decide to get a bite to eat, and Tim says, "Hey, why don't I just stay the night?" So they end up bonding around the fire, and they talk about the past a tiny bit.
Mm.
And he pretty much tells his dad, like, even though I was young, I'm not dumb, and I still hurt things.
Right. Like, I know what you were up to, but I'm a little bit obviously more forgiving than Billy is.
Yeah, because Billy
wants nothing to do with him.
doesn't like him. So the next morning, they head to the golf course, and they make a bet. If Tim wins, Walt will come to Dylan to watch him play on Friday. If Walt wins, or if Walt loses,
No, you're right. If
That was
Walt
right.
wins,
right? If
Tim
Walt
will-
wins,
yeah.
Tim. So I was like, wait a minute. If Walt wins, Tim won't tell Lydia his new address,
yeah,
which is
and
really
he's like,
funny.
that's actually a really good gift.
So pretty much Tim's dad is letting him win the entire time. He's like hustling him a little bit until the final moment where he like rubs it in his face that he wins. And Tim is like, if you didn't want to come watch me play, we didn't have to play this game.
Right. You could have just said it. Why did you have to humiliate me?
It was gross.
It was really bad. And then he yells at him in front of everyone. Like, you get back here, Timmy.
right.
Tim's like, fuck you.
Because Tim's like, I'm leaving. This was a bad idea and I shouldn't
Yeah.
have come here. And Walt's like, we made a bet. You need to shake my hand.
No.
Get on the field and shake my hand. Get on the course, I should say.
Get on the field. Whatever it is.
But he walks off like,
Like, nah.
fuck you. So it's super upsetting. Tim walks off, as we say, gets home, and Next day, it's the playoffs. He gets out on that field and Billy stops him. He's like, we need an extra ticket. We need an extra ticket. And Tim's like, what are you talking about? I'm about to go on. And Billy's like, Dad's here.
Yeah, and then there he is. And Tim's like, he listened to me.
He listened. Yeah.
He showed up. He said, I can't go back to Dylan. You don't understand. I can't go back there. So obviously his past experience, he doesn't want to go back there and be looked at.
Yeah, of course.
As, I'm the guy who fucked things up, I'm sure, whatever he did.
Mike wants to know, what are your thoughts on Tim's dad? Will he be around for a bit?
Probably.
Okay. How many episodes do you think this character will have?
I say maybe around 14. I want to say maybe he'll ride it out until the finale with us, and by the finale, it's so much shit has gone down with them that he ends up just leaving again. Just a light prediction there.
Okay. Do you think if he's with us till the finale, like you said, will he be back next season?
I think he'll probably make appearances on all, if not some.
Okay.
Wait, some, if not all seasons.
Okay. Good to know. And then do you think Tim and Tyra ever talked about their parents while they were together and bonded over that?
Absolutely.
Very similar, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's like, the first thing that connects you to a person is like you having family issues that are the same. You're like, you're like me? This is awesome.
You're a little damaged.
You're damaged. You got daddy issues
kidding.
like me. It's awesome. Yeah, so that's what you bond over immediately, and then you go from there. It's like, I'm sure maybe Tim and Tyra, I don't know, someone had a situation and one of them had seen it and they were like, well, my fucking dad's like that too, or whatever, and that probably bonded them. They probably started hooking up after that, or whatever it is.
I mean, early on, we learned when Billy and Tyra were working together, being their entrepreneur selves.
Yes.
She said, I learned more about you and your family
That's
in
true.
10 minutes from dating Tim for like 2 years.
That's true. Tim also doesn't talk about things. He's starting to.
He is.
Because he knows he has to grow up a little bit. He's trying to take responsibility. Oh, I got this, my speeding ticket. Let me get my dad to sign it. Like, he's trying to take some responsibility, even though it's very new for him. But yeah, he's not an open book. He appears as an open book. Like, we can see as the audience, like, what exactly is going on with him. But he doesn't actually, like, say it to anyone.
And I also think...
And he should, but he doesn't.
Right. And Tyra's not stupid. So
no,
she
just sees it.
She sees a lot of it.
Right.
And I'm sure Tim saw a lot of what Tyra's going through.
Right. And he gravitated towards it, even if he didn't realize that's what was happening.
Right. Last but certainly not least, our new favorite friendship.
Oh,
let's talk about Julie and Tyra. So going back to Julie and Matt's date at Applebee's, when Matt gets kidnapped and Julie's left without a ride, Tyra offers.
Yeah.
And at first Julie's like, no, that's okay. My mom can come get me. But ultimately she takes the ride with Tyra, and Tyra's like, we just have to make a stop at the strip club so I can get Mindy.
To get my sister.
So the next day they're hanging out, they're shopping, trying on makeup.
Yeah, that was so quick.
So quick.
Like, okay, want to hang out tomorrow? Sure.
Right?
So cute.
I know. So Julie, she says she's never been in a strip club before. So then Tyra shares, do you know who the number one customer is? It's Buddy.
And I said, I bet you it's Buddy Garrity. And now I'm thinking, he's a creepy dude.
Yeah.
He can be a creeper.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Pretty gross. And Julie, she likes this shade of lipstick, which Tyra compliments her on and says, you should get it. And Julie's like, I don't really have the money for it. So Tyra steals it.
No.
And they run out of the... Well, they don't run out. Julie runs after Tyra.
Yeah.
And you hear Julie go, what did you do? So you think it was going to go further, but it didn't.
No, it didn't. It just I hope it doesn't become a habit. I think I'm hoping it's like a one-time thing, like, haha, I'm cool. But
Maybe.
not like continually happening, because
right.
that would suck.
Right. So when Julie's taking care of Grandma, she invites Tyra over, and this was our favorite scene. We were squealing.
It was so
like
cute and perfect.
Living for this.
Yes.
First of all, Grandma's drinking wine.
She's drinking wine. She's getting her toes done.
And the best thing is Julie's like talking to Grandma and Tyra about what it's like to date a football player.
And it's her grandson, which is so funny. She's like, you tell him.
But Grandma's like nodding like, yes, girl. Like,
Loved it.
you got to show that there's other
Oh my God, I love
options.
this.
Tyra's like, you got to just say, like, maybe you're into someone's on the basketball teams into you. They hate that. They hate that.
They hate the basketball team.
You got to have options. This is the number one rule of dating a Dylan Panther. Always let them know you have options.
Yes, which is great advice. Like, don't you be sitting home for Matt to tell you when he's available. You go out and you do your thing, and he's going to realize how lucky he is.
That's right.
Yes, Tyra, bitch. I love it.
This is a good episode. You said it was your favorite.
It's definitely my favorite so far.
Yeah.
If not, I definitely my favorite so far.
So good. So that's the end of our summary. We're going to take a short break. Then we're going to come back with Scott. He is the host of the People Don't Forget podcast, a nostalgia cast, as he likes to say. And he's a big fan of Friday Night Lights. So we're looking forward to talking to him.
Definitely.
Welcome back from break. We are joined by Scott. Scott, hello. Welcome to Talkin' Texas Forever. We're so happy you're here.
Yeah, same. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. I've been a fan all the way since Tree Hill Talk, so I've been along for the ride with you guys, and it's an honor to finally be on one of these.
That is... I didn't know that, and I'm so honored. That's so awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, wow. Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you for continuing to watch shows that I also watch so that I can follow along.
That's like what we do. That's the gist, right?
So I have, before we continue at Friday Night Lights, out of all of the teen dramas, do you have a favorite?
Yeah, One Tree Hill is my favorite for sure. I think...
Oh, okay.
I started with the OC. Like, I watched them both as they aired. The OC premiered on my 14th birthday, so I felt like it was my show, and it was like I was like the right age. And then One Tree Hill premiered like the month after that, and I watched them both like as they were aired. But One Tree Hill just like overtook all the rest of the things I was watching. I just really related to the storylines, and I think it was more the basketball. And I grew up playing sports, so I think was drawn to that one a little bit more. And then it just put me on like this path of teen TV shows that I have not been able to get out of into my 30s. And I don't care because I love them.
Yeah.
Same here. Right?
I love that.
I love that so much. So you host the People Don't Forget, a nostalgia cast. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so it was just kind of a way during the pandemic to just kind of do something fun. I have another podcast too. It's a sports trivia podcast that I do with a bunch of people. So I really enjoy podcasting, but I wanted to kind of do something on my own that was just kind of my pet project. And so I call it a nostalgia cast, because essentially what I do each episode is I just pick like a certain year or a certain topic, and I bring people on and we just have a casual conversation about that specific topic. We do movies and music and sports and pop culture and just all sorts of different things. I pretty much let them drive the conversation, and we just talk about things of nostalgic past. I mean, we pretty much cover like a lot of the 2000s. I mean, that's when I was growing up, and I typically have people who are around the same age as me, and we just kind of reminisce about like random things like dance crazes and music that we listen to and our celebrity crushes, etc. So, you know, it's just something for fun that I do on the side. I don't take it all that seriously, but I enjoy it. And hopefully I'll have both of you on soon, and we can talk endlessly about all of the shows that we like.
Love
Please.
that.
I would love
and
that.
Yeah, we would definitely. We're signed on. We've got it.
Oh, absolutely. Our listener, Vic, she has a question. Who is your favorite teen actress from the 2000s? Hers was Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Bynes is such a good choice.
I did like Amanda. I love She's the Man. So yeah, Amanda Bynes is a good one. Wow, that's a great question. There's so many. I really liked Rachel Lee Cook from like She's All That. And I really liked her a lot. Katie Holmes. And you can't really go wrong with Katie Holmes. Wow, there's so many. I'll go with Rachel Lee Cook.
Good choice. Do you have one, Liz?
I mean, Amanda Bynes was my era.
Yeah.
She was my thing.
Yeah.
That's a great choice, too.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Probably Amanda Bynes. I mean, Misha Barton. I loved her ever since 2003 of OC.
Yeah.
But I just think of All That with Amanda Bynes and the Amanda Show.
And all of those What a Girl Wants, like all of those movies.
Yeah.
She was all over that. And so was like Lindsay Lohan a little bit too.
Yeah.
And obviously like Hilary Duff. She was pretty early 2000s,
Yeah.
but Amanda Bynes, I think, has to take it for me because I've pretty much seen almost every single thing she's ever been in.
So funny.
Yeah.
All right. So Friday Night Lights, let's get into it. How many times have you seen this series?
All the way through, I think 3 times.
Oh, wow.
And now I'm rewatching it with you guys. So, this is my 4th. Yeah.
So without spoiling, do you have a favorite character, least favorite character?
So I do overall, but obviously I'll just give like my season 1 favorites, kind of as the show started. My favorites list is a lot longer than my least favorite list. Definitely
Nice.
Matt Saracen. Just he's just that good boy, right? I mean, this episode was a little bit questionable,
not great.
but
Towards the end, yeah.
yeah, he just, I feel like he stole everyone's hearts, right? He's just so good natured and just really the character that you can get behind, which is funny because the show starts and you kind of think that Jason's going to be that guy, right? With the accident. And it's not that he's not that person, but I feel like Matt really becomes the essential character for that show, like the person that you're really rooting for, right? Kind of like Seth on the OC or, different people on certain shows where that's kind of the heartbeat of the series. I feel like that's Matt. And Julie as well, just you can kind of put them together, especially in season 1 as you're watching the relationship grow. And I just felt like Julie was just really cute and just like innocent, and she has no idea what she's getting into with dating Matt. Again, this episode really kind of showed a lot of that. So Matt, Julie, I know we're all big fans of Corinna Williams, right? I mean, she's high on my list for that. And I will say this though, I do have a soft spot for the Garrity's, both Buddy and Lila. One, because Minka Kelly, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Buddy is just like, I always have a soft spot for that Dan Scott, Caleb Nichol, Bart Bass to a lesser extent type character that like is just supposed to be heinous and supposed to be hated, but you root so much for them to have like a redemption arc. And Buddy is nowhere near those characters in terms of, the shittiness, right? I mean, he hasn't done anything irreprehensible to this point, but he's just someone that I remember thinking that I really want to root for because I want him to be understood and like universally accepted. And maybe it'll happen, Liz. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. But for now, I like
talking
Buddy.
to your husband, Michelle.
I know,
for some reason.
Anthony
like,
said
will
the
be
same
like,
thing.
you know what? Buddy's just misunderstood.
Mhm.
We gotta figure him out. All right, I will ride that train with you. I will try to see the good in Buddy. If you're telling me he's not as bad as like Dan or Caleb or Bart, then I'm okay. Then we're good.
I mean,
I'll figure it out.
Dan's a
As of right
murderer. Bart is pretty kind of a murderer.
Bart's pretty much a murderer.
Caleb's got illegitimate kids. We haven't seen any
You're
of that
right.
with Buddy yet, so I think
No,
we're
that's
okay
true.
with him.
That's true.
Which relationship, we'll stick with season 1, are you rooting for? Are you rooting for Jason and Lila? Are you rooting for Julie and Matt? Are you rooting for Tim and Tyra?
Oh, definitely not Tim and Tyra.
Yeah.
What
Tyra,
about Tim and Lila though?
Tim and Lila, I would ship them a little bit more than Jason and Lila. I just think that both of them need a clean break. Jason and Lila, like they both need to just figure out who they are, one as individuals, but also just in the like they've only dated each other. You kind of get that sense, right? Like they've never dated anyone else, and so they have no idea what their identity is in a different relationship, and they're not going to figure that out if they don't try to date other people. Not Tim and Tyra. Tyra is actually my least favorite character up to this point where you guys are. I want more, and I know you guys keep saying like it's nice to see her a little bit. She's been getting more exposure, but I feel like the first 10, 12 episodes, her storylines were super random, right? Like the one night stand with the guy. Like what was that? What was the point of that? Throwing the party with Billy, like it.
Yeah.
They kind of had no. It's like the writers had no direction with her, and so it's hard to get behind her because I have no idea where it's going with her. It seems like she's hung up on Tim, but then she's not. She's like butting in the Jason and Lila's relationship. And now in this episode, don't even get me started. She's corrupting poor Julie Taylor. And like, I don't know what's going on with her. But definitely Matt and Julie, just because they give off that Coach Tammy vibe, right? I mean, that's like, it's like looking in the past probably to how Coach and Tammy were when they were teenagers.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, that's a great answer. So you wrote to me last week about an alternate episode title.
Yeah.
For season 1, episode 12, What to Do While You're Waiting. Our listener Tish, she asked this question: what would we rename the episode? So you've said first I thought this was super interesting that you've written a few fantasy teen shows.
Oh yeah.
So what do you mean by that?
Oh, please explain.
So when I moved like in between middle school and high school, which is like the worst time to move and change schools, right? Because I had like my friends that I'd grown up with for 12, 13 years and like gone to school with them. And so now like ninth grade, I'm in like a brand new school with people I don't know. And so I didn't have a lot of friends. And so as a way to like, I guess in my mind to stay connected to my friends, I started writing stories about my friends, like that included my friends. And it kind of turned into like this like TV show that I started writing. And I would write just like all the episodes for all the seasons, and I would name all the episodes, try to give them like clever episode titles based on like the storylines I had. And then I ended up just like completely like taking away their names and stuff because I didn't want to like implicate them. So I just like made up my own character names and all like, and then one turned into another one because I had a different idea. And I was like, let me spin off of this one and let me do this and let me follow the characters to college, etc. And it just turned into like just a fun hobby that I really started doing. And yeah, it got pretty fun. I have like 3 or 4 different shows that I've written like 5 or 6 seasons of, and I haven't like written full scripts. They're usually just like episode synopsises and different descriptions and things like that. But maybe one day I'll post them on like a Reddit thread and people can read them or something.
We would have been best friends as younger because this is what I used to do. And I don't know if you would go far and make skits and film things, but I was like always writing, not to the extent of, you know, a teen show, but I was constantly thinking of TV show ideas and writing things and trying to make them on my own. So that's pretty awesome.
That is. And your friends know about it?
Some of them, yeah, a few of them. Like my brother and I were he would co-write some of the episodes with me, so that was kind of fun. But yeah, it was just something that I never expected it to snowball into like 3 or 4 different TV show ideas and all these different seasons. But you know what? I have something to show for my time in study hall, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Did you ever play The Sims growing up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I would, and I think maybe we all did this, but I would make all of my friends on The Sims. Yeah. And then just make us hang out in that world.
Yep.
Yes.
Recreate my house.
Oh, yeah.
Hanging out in the room and then also hanging out in The Sims.
Exactly. Exactly. But you were going to title season 1, episode 12, Parents Just Don't Understand. This would refer to Matt being sad, Tyra's mom, and Coach Taylor's inability to realize something was wrong when Julie praised him.
Definitely.
It's a great title.
Yeah, it just seemed like in that episode there was a lot of parental mishaps when it came to like dealing with their kids. So it just seemed like an episode title that would make sense. And, you know, a lot of these shows usually name their episodes after songs. So that made sense since that's the Will Smith song.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. All right, moving on to questions. Mike says, so far we've seen 3 different examples of cheating. Number 1, getting other people to do their homework and turning it in as their own work. Number 2, hooking up with someone else while in a relationship. And number 3, using performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
Do you think all types of cheating are equal? Are some worse than others? Are some forgivable while others are unforgivable?
Oh, that's so hard.
I think there's obviously like severity levels, right? Like there's got to be some sort of tiered system. It's not as bad to like cheat on a test, as bad as that is, as it is to like be unfaithful in a relationship. Like there's certainly
you're
on 2
involving
different levels.
someone else. If you're doing it to yourself, that's one thing, but now you're hurting someone else in the process. That makes it worse.
Yeah, though. I mean, performance enhancing drugs. Really, you're only affecting yourself, which obviously is bad, but it's not affecting someone else. Whereas if you're being unfaithful in your relationship, it's not only you, it's not only your partner, but it's also the person you're cheating with. So now you have and then it snowballs if they have a partner. Like that's such a snowball effect. And you know, cheating on a test is just, I mean, if a rally girl, for example, like does your homework, it's not great, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, in high school, people share answers all the time. Like it's not a huge deal. Kids, if you're listening, don't do it, but it's not, I wouldn't recommend it, but I certainly don't think it's anywhere near the level of the other 2.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree with that. Jacqueline says, as a Cincinnati Bengals fan, this episode was my football highlight of the week since Super Bowl did not go well. Do you think the Tyra and Julie friendship will last, blossom, or do you think this is a one-time thing? So, Liz, what do you think?
That would be for me. I believe that Tyra, unfortunately, as Scott says, maybe will be a little bit more of a bad influence on Julie, and her parents are not going to be accepting of this newfound friendship and relationship because she's going to get her into some bad shit, I'm sure. I would like to see them as friends, but I don't know if they're like best friends, like sleepover type of high school friends where like every weekend you're hanging out, you're going out to eat, or you're going, to the movies. I think they both need someone.
Yeah.
And they're a good pairing, but I think Tyra is going to teach Julie some lessons. And I hope Julie would teach Tyra some lessons too. I don't know. So there's a part of me that feels like maybe it's just a temporary friendship. I don't know if this is going to go beyond like lifelong friends. I would love to see that though.
I mean, you were hoping for it.
I'm hoping for it still.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
Yeah. Okay. Good answer. Keely, she wants to know which female high school character is your favorite. So, Scott, you mentioned Julie. Is that for season 1, or do you have a different answer continuing on, which obviously don't spoil, but
I would say it has to be Julie. Just I have to look at it like based on when I was in high school, right? Like which of them would I had like gravitated to or been interested in like being like friends with or hanging out with, and that's definitely Julie. Just out of everyone, I mean, honestly, Tyra or Lila, neither one of them seem very approachable just as a person, right? Like they don't give off a vibe of like, this is just someone that like, if I bumped into them in the cafeteria would be like, hey, come sit with us, where Julie is that type where you can tell like, she's just a good natured person, just really nice, very friendly. So it's really hard to say that it wouldn't be her. Like I said, I have a soft spot for Lila, and I do think that there's so much more beneath the surface that we haven't tapped into yet. She's been so wrapped up with Jason and the accident and with the Tim stuff, and now with the proposal. I feel like all of her storylines have been around Jason. So if they were ever to distance themselves, I think we'd see new sides of her, and we'd really peel off some of the layers and really get to see and learn more about her. And I think she could be a very interesting character. We just haven't gotten that yet. So I would say Julie with like an asterisk of hope that if we can get Lila and Jason away from each other, that I have the right to change my vote.
Yeah.
That's great. Liz?
I think Tyra is the most, the one I gravitate towards the most because I feel like I understand them all on the same level, but I feel like I'm rooting for her to do good and to do better and to be better, where Julie kind of already is a goody girl. Lila, I feel like as much as I have crapped on her in the past, I think she doesn't venture out of her little like box. Like Daddy told me I had to be a cheerleader. He loves football. I was dating the quarterback. I don't know how to be anything but this. And so I agree, Scott, she's not approachable because she doesn't allow herself to be just yet. And I think you're right. If her and Jason were to spend some time apart and she's going to get to know herself on a deeper level and figure out what she likes and what her future holds, then maybe she would be more accepting of someone like Tyra in her life, or Julie, or Lance, or whoever it is, like whoever is she's not like, maybe she would feel more inclined to talk to them and get to know them more because she's trying to figure out who she is.
That's a good answer. I'm going to go with Tyra on this one.
But I like Tyra. Tyra's just the most interesting to me right now.
Yeah. I mean, I love Julie, but I'm going to go with Tyra.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how over Jason and Lila are you? Keely's pretty over them. Are you over them?
I'm at a 15 at this point. Like I said,
okay.
I think we need some distance. I just think it would be best for both of them.
Yeah.
I'm not on a max 10 or 1 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not at a max 5. I don't care either way. I don't think my whole point is I just don't want her to be with Tim. I'm very firm on this. Do not be with Tim. But I'm not at a complete 5, but I don't care if they break up or if they stay together.
I feel the same way. I'm not really, I could go either way.
Watching
this time around.
Just give me some development.
Right.
And I'm good.
Right. Do you think Dylan celebrates the Super Bowl? I'm just curious what kind of parties you think they have on Super Bowl Sunday. I'd imagine Buddy Garrity probably throws a big party.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
He would have to. I mean, I'm sure they do something special at Applebee's. They seem to go to Applebee's a lot. The Alamo freeze probably shows the game, and Saracen serves ice cream cones. I can imagine that happening. And then I'm sure the landing strip. I'm sure they have a nice celebration there as well. Maybe for after the game ends. Maybe
is that what the place is called?
Yes.
There wasn't there a place on Long Island called the Landing Strip? Because my fiance and his friend, they always talk about it, like they joke around about it. So
the one
I wonder
in Comac?
Is it in Comac?
I only
think
know
it's
of one
Landing
strip club in Comac.
I love this so much.
Yeah, that's the only. I've never been, but I know there's one in Comac. I don't know if it's still open.
Yeah, just a funny name. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a pretty,
Perfect.
appropriate name for a strip club. But I'm sure they have incredible Super Bowl parties. I mean, Tim mentioned to his dad in this episode about the Cowboys, and he said, "I'm going to root for the Saints." So obviously more than just high school football. It seems like
it's just football all around.
Yeah. What do you think of the Riggins brothers?
I mean, I love the fact that Billy is trying. Like, he really is trying so hard. You get more insight into it this episode, right? With Tim's dad coming into the picture, but you can tell that Billy was just kind of thrust into a position that he had no place being in, and having to become responsible for Tim. And Tim, you can tell, is very rebellious by nature, not just with Billy, but in general. So for Billy to have to try to keep him on the straight and narrow and have him focus on football, but at the same time, you can tell that Billy just wants a friend too. Like, he doesn't want to be Tim's parent. He wants to be his brother, but you can tell that he's struggling with that line, right? Like, where do I draw the line between parental figure, but also just like fun brother that you can like get along with and have someone to hang out with? And Tim needs both, because he doesn't have Jason. He doesn't have that friendship, but he also doesn't have the parent either. So Billy has to play both roles, and it's just unfair, but you can tell that they care about each other. And I think that's the essence of the show right there.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about Billy? Because if in the beginning you thought a little pervy, you were getting weird vibes.
It's past for me. Good. It's past, but because I'm seeing he's developing. I'm seeing his character more so as a brother, and how much like I truly respected him in this episode, trying to like protect him. Like, Dad's not that great. Maybe just protect yourself. Don't let him take your money. Don't let him just scam you into anything. Like, he knows. So he's definitely a good protector. And I think he's obviously very resentful of their father. And like you said, I feel like Tim does need a brother and a parent. Yeah. And he's trying to balance both. And he's doing the best he can. And I like seeing that.
Growth.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good, Billy.
Before we go into music and quote and MVP, do you have any questions you wanted to discuss for this episode, or just Friday Night Lights in general?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I mean, both of you, I guess there'll be more towards Liz, right? Because she doesn't really know anything, but
I know nothing.
What are your thoughts? Because I mean, I feel like we've been on such a Smash roller coaster since the series started. Like, how did you feel about Smash in this episode? Do you feel like he deserved to get back on the field? Do you feel like he did enough to kind of prove to Coach that he is ready and that he should be forgiven?
Definitely tricky. While I want him to get the punishment that he deserves, I liked him in this episode. I felt like he understood, like, I messed up. And you know what, Coach? It's okay if you don't like me. I've come to terms with that. I just want to play football. I love football. And so I respected him for that. And I think he probably served his time. I'm hopeful he'll never go back to doing steroids. I think he won't, because Coach is so on him, and he was so disappointed that Smash will never want to see that disappointment on his face ever again. I'm hoping. So I think while maybe we could have like wrote it out a few more episodes where he was getting punished, it's okay that he wasn't as well, because I do love him and I don't want to see him hurt because he was hurting. It's hard. It's a really tricky situation.
Yeah. My follow-up question was going to be, do you feel like Coach let him off the hook too easily? But for the sake of the show,
a little bit.
I feel like if it wasn't the playoffs, he probably wouldn't have played again. But there's so much pressure on them to win. And Buddy's like, is Smash going to play? And Matt asked him, like, what's up with Smash? Like, I feel like Coach was pressured to like, okay, I have to let him play, but I also have to let him know that like this won't be tolerated in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, because the more he stops him and prevents him from playing, the more questions people are going to ask. So that leads everyone in a tough situation. There's Smash and Coach having to kind of come up with answers as to why he's not playing. So I think Coach is probably like, all right, I let him suffer enough. I'm also suffering because I'm holding on to the secret. It's jeopardizing my job too. So let's just squash it for now and hope that he learned a lesson here. So I'm okay with it, even though it could have went a little longer.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. Good answer, Liz. Music in this episode, we had Chris Brokout, Justin Timberlake, which we don't think they got the rights to that. Brand New is also credited.
They were not in this episode.
No, Andrew WK, Kelly Pickler, Inner Circle. So maybe at the time, but then, when they get on Netflix and streaming services.
They didn't allow that, so.
Favorite quote. Scott, did you have a favorite one for the episode?
I did, and it was super random. It was the lady that Tim went to see if his dad was around. And then she said, tell your dad to give me back my Conway Twitty. They don't have him at Target no more.
I loved it.
I loved her.
I loved Lila. I lost my legs, not my brain.
I have Tammy. Oh, honey, don't grovel. It's not becoming. Favorite Coach moment. So this could be either a Coach Taylor moment or a Mrs. Coach moment. Scott?
It would have to be when Coach went to Smash's house and had kind of that nice chat with him. And I just love watching him and Smash like play with the neighborhood kids, and the kid coming up to them and saying, oh, I'm going to be there first day. It shows the respect that the town has for Coach, first of all, that the fact that these kids are lining up to play for him. And then on the other end, it just shows you can kind of see the nurturing sense in Eric. And we know from, what's been mentioned previously that he had worked with Jason from a pretty young age. And so he built that bond with him. He's doing the same thing with Matt, and you're starting to see it more with Smash. Like, it was really nice to see. There's so many high school football coaches that would never do that. They wouldn't care enough it was a fun like juxtaposition, because like Coach goes on this TV show, which also was hilarious because the clicker's not working.
The clicker.
Oh, so
do you call it a clicker or remote?
I call it a remote personally. I dated a girl once that called it a channeler. And I heard,
never heard that one.
The only person I've ever heard that said that. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, I'm pretty sure it's just a remote control, but sure, channeler. But yeah, I call it a remote, but yeah, he like went on this show and Buddy's like, don't forget there's a nice appearance fee. And so it's like, he did that. You can tell like he did that for the town and that for Buddy. And now the Smash thing he did for him. That's really what the types of things that he wants to be doing. You can tell that's why I got into coaching. And it was really nice to see that moment. So that's my favorite Coach moment for this episode.
That's also my favorite.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, while I did love the conversation he had with Jason, it still shows that he loves him. It was nice to see Coach like play with the kids. I feel like he probably really likes kids, and you don't get to see him like interact with them all that often. So I really liked that scene as well. And yeah, my dad, we've always in my house have called it the clicker. My dad's from Pennsylvania, so they called it the clicker. Jimmy's, like everything was not. I mean, we're straight from Long Island.
I'm not from
we don't.
PA. I always called it a clicker.
No, but we always called it a clicker. And now my older age, when I like reference it to people, I call it remote, because I'm like, no, it's actually called the remote.
Right.
We're not going to call it the clicker.
Maybe we should call it the channeler.
The channeler. Oh. It's the channeler.
That's real good.
It is.
That is
the channeler.
Really funny.
I feel like it's like Alien, like we're channeling or like something.
Yeah. That's really funny. Okay, MVP and shittiest. Does everybody have their MVP?
Where did I write mine? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I do.
So instead of doing it on 3, 2, 1, because it's always hard in a lag on Zoom,
It's hard.
we'll just go around.
Yeah.
So, Scott, who is your MVP for this episode?
My MVP is Julie for this episode. I just love how supportive she was. And like towards the end, obviously you could see it started to strike a nerve with her. But early on in the episode, like when they're at the restaurant at the beginning and they call Matt up, she's like, yeah, just go. And then when they want to go to the concert and they plan to go to the concert and Matt says, well, your dad wants me to go on this TV thing. And she says to him, like, if my dad wasn't involved, are you excited? And you see him smile and say yes. And she says, okay, yes, yeah, like you should go. And Matt says, are you mad at me? And she says, yeah, but I'll get over it. And then to drop the bomb on her, like, can you watch my grandma? Which like, and then she just, you knew like she
does it.
Just does it. And
Okay. Yeah.
that's just so supportive. Like that's you can tell she gets that from her mom, right? Because Tammy is so supportive for Coach, and Julie's doing the same thing for Matt. And with everything else going on in this episode, like she was the one person that I felt like overall was just good in this episode. There were so many people I felt like towed the line. Like Smash was really good, but then it was like he was kind of complaining and he was really aggressive with his mom. So it was like, okay, there was that one kind of scene.
Right.
I felt like Coach was really great in this episode, but then again with the Smash stuff, like maybe he could have handled something, or the fact that Tammy had to kind of give him advice and say like, hey, he's under all this pressure. Like there were other people I considered, but it was like there were little things in the episode that threw me off about them. Like even I considered Walt Riggins because, hey, he showed up at the end. And I think
he did.
Like that's really important that he showed up. But I couldn't give him enough MVP because he was too competitive during the golf game. So I had to go with Julie.
I also chose Julie for all the reasons that you explained. Liz, who did you choose?
I chose Billy.
Billy. Actually, Vic chose Billy as well. Great choice.
Yeah. As I said earlier, I saw a different side of him, a nurturing side, even though we're starting to see it. But in this episode, I was like, oh, Billy, that was really nice to see you taking care of your brother. And like the way he's like, you all right? You sure? Like puts the money in his hand, like just a very good protector and nurturer. And I'm liking that side of him.
Yeah, we had votes for Tyra and Tim as well.
Tim, I almost chose. I felt like he stepped out of her comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did enjoy Tim, obviously, in this episode. Yeah, as I normally do.
Shittiest, Scott, who do you have?
My shittiest is Tyra because she was corrupting poor Julie Taylor, and I'm not okay with this. First she takes her to the strip club, but I mean, it really comes down to, I understand. It really comes down to the makeup, right, in the store and the shoplifting. And that, like, that's not cool. That's not. It's fine to say to her, like, when she comes over to Grandma Saracen's house and they're talking about Matt possibly being interested in other girls, and she's giving Julie advice and saying like, hey, play hard to get, let them know that you have some options. Like, that's completely sound advice, and like that's fine. But for me, it drew the line with the shoplifting. Like, she's the coach's daughter, so it's like double. It's not only is she like this good girl that you don't want to corrupt, but what if she gets caught and that's the coach? Like, that's going to reflect negatively on not just Julie, but on Coach Taylor and on the entire town. So it's like, come on, Ty, I know you don't care about football, but you know that it exists, like in your peripherals. Like, maybe choose someone else if you want to have like a shoplifting buddy.
Yeah,
good point.
I think she also probably likes the challenge that it's Julie. Like, let me see what I can get her to do.
I don't think she views that way.
Like, not in an evil, malicious way, but in a way where like, oh, well, she's a goody girl. I'm going to like act how I'm going to like kind of step up my bad girl act in front of her. Like subconsciously, though. I don't think she's doing it on purpose.
I think a lot of it too is she's probably really excited to see someone else that doesn't care about football, right? Like, she's like, oh wow, there's someone else who's not consumed by this and obsessed with football. Like, let's be friends. But I feel like she doesn't know how to do that because she's never come across anyone who doesn't care about football the way that she does. And so she's probably like, I need to try to like appear cool and alternative and different, in order for her to like me. Whereas what we know about Julie as viewers is that she doesn't care about any of that. Like, she'll just be your friend if you're your authentic self, because that's who Julie is.
Yeah, that's a great answer and a great choice. It almost makes me want to change my answer.
Who'd you choose?
I put Matt.
So did I.
Yeah, but I kind of want to go with Tyra because the stealing thing isn't as bad as well, I mean, he did lie. It's not like he white lied. He did lie about what he did.
It's hard because I understand Matt is so new to this. We discussed this in the first half. Like he's spiraling. He doesn't know how to handle all this pressure. He doesn't mean to lie, but also you canceled on her. Not on purpose. It just kept happening. And then to lie about the calendar. It's kind of shitty.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, we had votes pretty much for Matt and then one for Buddy.
Yeah, Buddy.
All right, let's go into a booster of the week. Liz, who are we supported by this week?
Booster of the week. You're a total booster.
This week, I had to choose, I wanted to choose Lisa. Who is Lisa DeLove. She's actually going to be a guest on next week's episode of Talking Texas Forever, but she was our guest on Three Gossip Girls this past week, so if you haven't checked it out, you definitely should. And we love Lisa. She's always here to give us the straight truth, especially about this show. She's like, I can't stand Tyra. I can't stand any of the kids. I don't like any of this. So I'm looking forward to chatting with her next week. But I just want to say thank you, Lisa, for being with us. And we really appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. All right, Liz, I'm going to give you a look into next game's playbook. Season 1, episode 15. The title is Blinders.
Oh.
Your 4 words are punishment, apology, return,
Oh, shit.
and trust.
Voodoo's coming back.
Interesting.
Punishment, apology, return, and trust.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was telling Liz I watched this episode today, actually. It's a heavy one. I don't know if you've watched ahead yet or if you know which episode. Yeah, it's a heavy episode.
I remember it, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting discussion, but let's make those predictions, please.
Yeah, so punishment. Ooh, this could be so many things. Are we still going with the smash punishment? Who's going to get punished? Ooh, is Julie going to get punished for something? Maybe Tyra and her are going to hang out in next week's episode again, and maybe Tyra will be a bad influence again, and she'll get punished for something. Apology. Oh, return. Apology, return. Maybe return also has to do with Waverly, because we haven't seen her in a few, and we still have to find out what's the secret.
The Waverlash.
What's the secret? Trust. God, these could go for so many people. Maybe, let's for argument's sake, throw it out there. Eric does something to mistreat Tammy's trust. Like maybe Tammy, something with the campaign, and she tells Eric something that has happened, but he abuses the trust and maybe tells someone or something. And apology. Matt having to apologize to Julie, right? Let's hope they make up. Let's have a real good apology, Matt. You can do it. I know you have it in you. I don't know why I just threw, what's his name? Voodoo in there.
Voodoo Tatum.
When you said return, I was like, who could return? I mean, it could be Matt's dad, which I highly doubt. It could be Waverly, which I'm leaning more towards. Voodoo, we haven't seen him since, episode 7 or 8 or something like that. Even maybe before that. So maybe he could return. Who else? I don't know who else. So
I can't wait
to watch
to see why I chose that word.
Scott's laughing, so I probably did terrible.
No, you always do really well on these. So,
you're just trying to butter me up.
Will actually has a question about what's to come. How do you think Smash and Riggins will perform versus the Mavericks after what happened this episode? Will it be another situation where a player will suck under the watching eye of their absent father, or something different?
No, Tim's gonna be fired up. He's fired up. He's gonna do really well. We're not gonna do that again. Like where Matt's dad came in and he didn't perform well, or Smash's the scout, he didn't perform well. I think we're going to have Tim. He's going to perform really well. And that's going to make his dad super excited to be in town. And he's going to want to, hopefully, for the kids, stick around. I mean, not hopefully. If he's a deadbeat dad, we don't want him around.
Right.
But if he's trying to make better and do better, then I want to see him do so for his children.
Okay. Good answer.
Thank you, Will.
All right, we're going to go into Will's football poetry corner. Get those fingers. Here we go. It's the poetry time. The word is suicides. Suicides are a conditioning drill where you sprint from the end zone to the 5-yard line and back, and then to the 10 and back until you do every 5-yard interval. Smash is running suicides, pushing himself and proving his worth to Coach, while Matt is running around and sabotaging his relationship with Julie, bringing them back to where they started. And then he put in a clip from Coach Carter where they were doing suicides, and
when
Antoine
they make him do the suicides, yeah.
Yeah, and Antoine's in that movie.
Yep. Yes.
And Antoine's such a baby. He looks so young.
That's so
in
funny.
that movie. But yes, suicides. Thank you, Will. That was beautiful. Scott, thank you so much for joining us. This was so much fun. Where can people listen to People Don't Forget and your sports trivia podcast?
Yeah, so People Don't Forget, which is 1000% named after the lovely scene in Superbad, of course.
Yes!
Absolutely.
People don't forget.
Love that.
Exactly. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, whatever you prefer. I don't release on a set schedule. I kind of just do it as I feel. But I have a pretty nice 10 to 12 episode backlog. So if you're someone that enjoys nostalgic things from the 2000s, go in there and pick an episode based on the topic. If you're a music person, there's something for you. If you like movies, there's movie episodes. We did a Celebrity Crushes top 10 episodes. We did episodes where we gave out awards for the last decade in different areas. So it's a lot of different things. Please go ahead and listen. I'd really appreciate the support. And then if you ever want to come on the show, you can always email me at peopledon'tforgetpodcast@gmail.com. I'm always looking for new guests who want to come on and talk about a certain topic. Like I said, this is for the people. So you tell me what you want to talk about and we can have a conversation about it. And that's really what it's all about. So yeah, People Don't Forget. And then my sports trivia podcast is called the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. We do released weekly episodes on Tuesdays. So Phil, if you're someone who likes sports, if you're into Friday Night Lights because of the football aspect and the sports is what brought you and that's kind of your thing, give us a listen. You can play along as we kind of quiz each other on there each week and just have a lot of fun and learn a lot. So either one of those are available wherever you get your podcast, and we're always happy and looking for new fans.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll have the links to your podcast in the show description. So be sure to listen.
Check 'em out.
Support Scott. Scott, you've been awesome. I'm so glad we got to have you on. Thank you for being a loyal listener since Tree Hill Talk Days.
Oh, that means so much.
So much. And for being a patron too. Thank you.
That as well.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Of course, you guys deserve it. You do such a great job. I mean, seeing the progression from Tree Hill Talk to now, it's been great. Kind of watching you grow as podcasters, and it's just been it's been a lot of fun. And I still go back and sometimes re-listen to the ones I've listened to, just like working from home or if I'm like commuting somewhere and I just want something fun to listen to. I just throw on like Let's Talk OC or Tree Hill Talk or one of them and just listen to them. So I really appreciate what you ladies do. It's really awesome. I hope it continues. I hope that you keep doing this. I mean, there's so many shows out there, so I don't think you'll ever run out, but I hope that happens. I wish you continued success. It's been great being a part of this. Finally, I'm happy to give you my money every month because I know it's well spent. And I hope that you'll return the favor and come on People Don't Forget sometime and we can talk about whatever you guys want.
I know. I feel like I'm going to get off and then send you an email of what I'd like to discuss on your podcast.
Yes, please do. Please do.
All right, guys, you know what's coming.
You do.
You didn't hear it yet. We're talking about those Apple Podcast reviews. It means so much to us. Thank you to everyone who's left us a review so far. Thank you for rating us 5 stars. And I believe we got a new review.
We sure did. The title is 2 Thumbs Down. 5 stars, however, from Deban_08. Love these ladies and their podcast network, Total Betty. I am continuously impressed by the fun and silly yet very insightful thoughts on each and every episode. I look forward to rewatching and listening along with them each and every week. If you're a fan of Friday Night Lights and you're not listening to this podcast, then you, my friend, get 2 thumbs down. What a fake out.
Oh my goodness, I have to tell you. Well, first off, thank you so much for that
Thank you so
review.
much. That was awesome.
But when I saw 2 thumbs down and then the 5 stars, I was like, oh my gosh.
Which one's wrong?
Accidentally rated 5 stars, but wrote 2 thumbs. That's a good review.
It was great. It tricked us. It faked us out.
Yeah.
We chuckled at the end.
We sure did. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we just want to give a shout out to all of our patrons and our patron network. Listen, I'm having brain farts.
Patreon.
Thank you.
I mean, it's a Patreon.
Total Betty
It's
Podcast
Patreon.
Network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/Total Betty Podcast Network. There you can find all of our goodies, our Topic Tuesday, our birthday club, our guest spot raffle each month. Like Scott, even though he is a podcaster, he's also one of our patrons, which is so sweet. And we just want to thank him so very much. And also, don't you want to be a part?
Yeah, we
we
also do live shows, Discord chat,
movie watches, group hangs.
and then all of that goes to support the show.
Exactly.
All of the money goes right back into the show to produce this.
Yes.
And 3 Gossip Girls.
And 3 Gossip Girls. And all of our future pods and past pods. You know, it's not free to keep up these pods.
It's not.
As y'all know. So if you are a Patreon pledge, we thank you so very much. And if you are considering it, you can go on our description and click on the link and just, read about it and see if that interests you. We would love you and be forever indebted to you. Literally.
Thank you. We'll be back next week for season 1, episode 15, Blinders, with our patron, Lisa.
Thank you so much for listening to Talking Texas Forever, a Friday Night Lights podcast. You can email us at talkingtexasforever@gmail.com. If you're interested in seeing what we do with this show and all of our others, head over to Instagram at Total Betty Podcast Network.
This has been a Total Betty podcast, produced and edited by Michelle Rubenstein and Alyssa Tenio, music by Anthony Vocora.